hadn't considered the possibility of kind of a series of days to, 72 hours on the bug. So you had a little problem with the steering, and you took it to a shop, and then they unbent the front.
I actually took it to a VW dealer in Lexington and asked them to check it all out. They did, and they said components were good, it needed to be realigned, needed to be squared up. They did all that, and then it was fine.
Are you telling me that the only thing that was wrong was alignment?
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding.
No.
It's in an...
I lucked out. I really lucked out.
Just an alignment.
Yeah, that's all it took. I thought they'd be replacing parts of the front end, but they didn't do that. They said, no, it just needs to be aligned.
Now, was it fun to drive? Oh, go ahead, Ardith. Yeah.
I gotta say that it didn't leak. The air conditioner worked. So it was a comfy car. Not my favorite, but it was a comfy car.
Well, you understand, when you see the pictures again, you'll realize that the doors, were L-shaped. Gullwing doors. And so the door, when open, didn't open all the way down to the floor. To get in the car, you had to sit on it, swing your legs over, and then plop down into the seat. So it was a bit of an exercise. The roof, so to speak, or the roof frame was, had, of course, the place for the windshield, and then a bar down the middle, and then it came down on each side, right? So the gullwing doors went in the middle, and the rear window, which was a long, low plexiglass curved piece that went into the back. Those had to be, as I mentioned before, they were a little larger than required for the car. So once the roof was on and the windshield was in, then the trick was to measure these. I think I measured 5 or 6 times and cut once, and worked out. I cut it all, and then I'd never done this before, but they described how to do it. I got my little propane flame and got it going, and then just went around the cut edge. It was a skill saw that I used around the edge, and the idea was to melt it just a little bit so it smoothed out just right. So once I got that, I practiced on some of the pieces I cut off, and then managed to do that for both doors. And the rear window didn't need much shaping. That fit pretty well.
How did it lock?
There was a lock, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't remember how.
Yeah, it was just a little. Yeah, it was on the door. It was just a little lever lock, and I think it was only on the driver's side, if I remember correctly. Once you got the hinges for the gullwing doors, of course, when you pushed it up, they would lock into place. And then to close it, you just give it a little backward push and bring it down. And then there were 2 latches, spring latches that hook onto the door once you're inside, and clamp it down on each side. The rear door, the engine compartment door, had a lot of attachments on it to hold it in place and so on. And decals. There were decals that had put on this thing. The Bradley GT thing on the side and stripe on each side of the car. Some decals on the back. Those were a little tricky. You start putting a decal on, if it's not exactly straight, you're up the creek. But I got it on straight and clear, looked good. Then that once I got it that far and it was drivable, then I drove it to Lexington carefully and had them go over the car completely. And they said we just needed a realignment, everything else is fine. And that's about the time then that we left Hazard and moved up here. I decided that I wanted sportier wheels.
We're going to reset here.
Recording stopped.